Hey there, Kevin with Innovative Pest Solutions. You're here with me at a house in Raleigh we're doing a quick termite inspection for. Just going to show you some of the reasons that we check, the areas that we check. This is a house that I know has termites in it, and so just want to show you some things that we are looking for and things that you could be looking for on your own. So this is an area that's actually above a crawl space. A lot of times we wouldn't spend too much time in the living area, but it's very important to look around to see of anything that could possibly termites have been. So if you look here, when I started noticing the paint for the house, this is starting to peel off right here. And when you get to looking at it, termites have gotten in behind the paint and have caused some damage. If you notice the sheetrock's here, but they eat the paper between the sheetrock and the paint, and that's what causes this to flake. Another area we check is around the baseboards. So when we got down here to the baseboard here, we noticed a little bit of damage on the bottom. And then when we got to probing around, you can see where it's soft. Over here, termite damage. Again, paint peeling around the windows. You start to look into it, and termites have been in this area. So we noticed that the house has been treated before, so now we want to find out, is there anything active? So that's why we're doing a little more probing than normal. If the house had never been treated before, we may not look this close, because if there's no evidence of treatment, some treatment needs to be done, whether they're active in these areas or not. Here's some evidence that the house has been treated. If you noticed on the front porch here, you've got drill holes that have been stopped up with cement. So that usually indicates that the house has been treated, but we don't know when or how it was done. This area is adjacent to the termite damage that we found, so we want to make sure we probe these areas to see if there's anything going on now. So here's the front porch where we know there's damage behind it. There's damage in this wall visible from the living room area. And then we'll look at this siding. As you can see, there's some termite evidence in the siding as well. Doing an inspection, we're concerned about termite tubes coming up the side of the foundation wall. As you can see, again, evidence of termite treatment. There, the holes have been stopped up. When we're doing a termite inspection for a real estate closing, we want to make sure we pay attention to the fascia and the siding, because that's where you'll see carpenter bees or carpenter ants crawling on the side of the house. On to the fun part. Let's see what we have in store today. Not too bad. During these inspections, one thing we want to check is the moisture content of the wood, since this is a real estate transaction. Here's my moisture meter. As you can see, the wood moisture content's above 20%. Anything above 20% is conducive to termite attack, and is something that we would list on our termite reports. This one should be fairly easy to check, because as you can see, there's no subfloor insulation to have to pull back. So most of the subfloor is going to be visible for inspection. A lot of people ask me, what were these black spots all over my subfloor? These are caused by camel crickets, or cave crickets. There you can see one of the little guys right there. So as we're doing the inspection, we're looking to see any termite tunnels along the foundation wall. Don't see anything there. And this area is adjacent to that front porch that we were at earlier. And so the important thing here is making sure we probe this wood real good to see if we see anything or hear any hollow sounds. So this right here seems to be fairly solid piece of wood, but just hitting it twice, I've realized it's not. Here you can see where termites have gotten into the wood. Now this is not in too bad of a shape, But without probing that, there's no way we'd have seen that damage. And as we go further along, we'll see what's in store. So here we're starting to see more and more of the evidence. As you can see, the little dirt tubes, very indicative of termite. We'll look a little closer to see if we see any kind of damages. And as you notice, this is a floor joist. You can see the dirt tubes. I'm going to try to probe this. So this seems to be pretty solid until you get down to here, and all of a sudden, termite damage. So we're in the crawl space. This is the area directly under the area in the living room where we found damage or evidence back in behind the sheetrock. Now I've probed this area really strong and I'm not seeing any major damages, and it seems to be pretty solid. However, once you look at the sill plate at the bottom, we'll probe into that and you can see where they've been. So this is the floor joist. The joist there is called the rim joist, or a lot of people call it the band. And then you have the sill plate and the ledger strip here. And if we start doing some digging, we can see that the sill plate is almost completely eaten out. But there's very little evidence until you start probing that that's the case. And so this is what the entire wall sits on. So you have the foundation wall, and then the sill plate that sits on top of that, and then your floor joist and band joist fit on top of that. So this really is a area that needs to be addressed structure-wise. Look down this floor joist. This is the floor joist that's, again, adjacent to all that area. And if you notice, we're going 5, 6, 8, maybe 10 feet. And then all of a sudden, you see termite evidence. See the wood, the tubes there. Thank you for joining us today on our termite inspection. Feel free to look us up at www.innovativepest.com. Thank you.